Hello, Steve Mills here from the Results Mastery Program. This is a 12-month program to help businesses to become more effective, make more money, create more sales, and become better at selling, marketing, customer service, finance, and generally growing their business. So today I want to talk to you about the cost of advice, really, whether that's my advice, being on the Results Mastery Program, or literally anybody else's course. Now, I'm here to tell you that the cost actually is irrelevant. It doesn't matter at all how much I charge. You may be thinking, well, what do you mean, Steve? What I mean is the only thing that matters is your return on investment, your ROI. Okay, let me just explain. Being on the Results Mastery Program, okay, it's going to cost you a few £1,000s over the period of a year. It's not going to cost you that every month. It's only a few £100s a month. And if you think about that, you think, well, that might be a lot of money to you. It might not be. For me, it's just ridiculously cheap, in my opinion. But you probably think, well, he would say that because he's trying to sell it me. But my point being is that if it costs you that, then if you get a return on that investment, let's say, let's say you're a really, really small business. Let's say you're a startup, right? You've only just started. This is like day one of your business and you've got no money. You've got a little bit of money maybe saved up. And, joining a program like this is potentially a big commitment for you. But the truth of the matter is, how quickly can we get you your money back? How much money would you make in the first month, the first year? Now, I can't tell you that. I don't know your industry. I don't know your business. But what I can tell you is that, I would expect worst case, absolute worst case, if somebody came to me and said, look, I got this great idea for a business. This is what I'm going to do. Unless I think it's a blooming awful idea that they really shouldn't go ahead with, and I'd probably tell them so if I did think that. But assuming it was what I thought was a good idea, I'd be saying worst case, if you're going to do this, I think you could get at least 50 grand back. Now, it could be that could be 50 million, if you've got the funds and so on, so this is not like just for, one-man band startups, but, I think that's a reasonable return on investment. So all that matters is your return on investment. If you paid me £1 million a year to work and be your advisor in your business, and I helped you make 20 million a year through my advice, would that be a lot of money? I don't think so. I think it would be a bargain. If you came to me and said, look, give us £1 million and I'll make you 20, as long as I felt confident that you could do that, then it's a no-brainer, quite frankly. And that's how I think you should approach advice, really. What's the return on investment? And really, in a way, it's how you should approach most things marketing. If you're going to do Facebook advertising, for example, or LinkedIn advertising, or Google advertising, or whatever it is, you've got to make sure that you've got what we call proof of concept. You've got to get proof that that's going to work, so that for every £1 you put into Facebook, you get £12 back. The question is, how many pounds would you like to put into Facebook? Well, I put an unlimited amount. As long as I could cope with the work, I'd spend £1 million a day if I got 12 million back a day. Why wouldn't I do that? The problem being, you don't want to invest that to start with. We want to start small, test, improve, get it as good as it could be, and then we can change and start thinking about what we're doing in terms of leveraging that, scaling it, getting more and more and more. And that's what I specialize in. I've done this for 27 years. I specialize in, and how I can help you genuinely is taking a look at each and every element of your sales and marketing and working out how you can do that better and how you can improve the return on investment. I'll give you one example. A client of mine was working and set up an advertising campaign. And so far, they'd spent £2,000 a month on this advertising campaign. It would be going for 6 months, 12 grand. Okay. How many leads? 0, zip, nothing. All I did is I came in and I changed the headline of the advert. Instead of it saying the company name, which is all about brand recognition, so they told me, I changed it to the actual benefit. It was a saving that their client, by using their equipment, could reduce their costs by 50% from the way most of them are doing it, if you get my meaning. So we said that in the advert. Long story short, the next time the advert ran, in the next 2 weeks, they got 5 leads. Now, their equipment costs 2 million quid. Out of those 5 leads, they got 2 sales, 4 million quid. £4 million worth of business out of changing the headline. I told them what to do. They did it. It took me about 5 minutes. I really should have been on commission. The fact was they paid me my normal rate. That was, from my point of view, a great example, a great case study, but probably wasn't paid what I was worth. So, because I think, when you are an advisor, you're literally paid for what you know, for what you've done, and not necessarily always for what you do. It could be that 1 minute I give some piece of advice that makes somebody, hundreds of thousands, even millions of pounds. And that's where the value is, I think. So that's it. So, if you do want to talk about joining my program and working with me, great. If not, go and find yourself somebody who's got a high level of expertise that can really help you grow your business. Make sure that they're somebody who's got key skills in growing a business. Right, that's what we need. How are we going to grow our business? There are only 2 ways of doing that. One is to reduce costs, and the other is to increase sales. That's it, other than acquiring a new business. And that's really buying something. So we could do that. You could go and buy up other businesses. But if you're not going to do that, then you've got to reduce costs and increase sales. An accountant might be able to help you reduce costs, but you could probably do that yourself. If you want somebody to increase sales, then you're going to need to be better at creating leads and better at converting those leads into sales. And I've been doing that for small businesses, working with thousands of businesses in hundreds of industries for over 27 years. I learned to do it from studying the world's leading sales and marketing experts. And I did that through over 20,000 hours of study and over £150,000 worth of investment in my own education. So if you think you'd like to take advantage of that, then go to my website, steve-mills, MILLS.com, use one of the gold buttons, click on it and book yourself a meeting, and we'll talk from there. Thanks very much for listening.